and looking at where us as black people as a whole stand, do you think it's time for us to let the church go?
Mm, mm. Like, when he asked me that, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm
It's
like,
a tough question.
hold on, man. I'm like, hold on. Do you want me going to answer? Cause
It
I didn't give you
we
an
can
answer
let
when you
it
asked me,
we can let
or
it marinate because the reason why the look is a tough one because we have to think now, right? It's not I'm not asking you are you atheist? I'm not asking you what's your beliefs. Is in order for you to get to where you want to go, first you have to realize what's a priority in your life.
mm,
And if a certain thing is a priority in your life, then you have to become to ask the question. Even though it's a priority, is it hindering me? And in what shape or form is it hindering from getting to where I need to go? Right.
okay, right,
So
right.
I a lot of people I don't know if y'all do, but a lot of people probably hate the fact I keep bringing slavery and Jim Crow, but all of this plays a part into our lives as black people. We've always held some form of spirituality. We always have.
Mm-hmm.
That has been us all the way back from before we came over here in ships. White people knew nothing about religion. We had religion, even though there was multiple forms of religion, not just Christianity, but we had it. White folks did not. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When we get over here in ships, we're still holding on to our faith. We're still holding on to what we already know. You get to America, we're singing um down by the riverside, right? It and for those who don't know, down by the riverside is a it's a old Negro spiritual, right? Of them literally singing they're going down by the riverside to actually go pray, to go worship God because they never had the chance to do that in the
Mm-hmm.
right manner because in order for them to worship the God that they serve, they had to listen to what their master told them, right? So it's you have this you come to the 21st century now where you have this thought of with Christianity, is this a white man's religion? And since if this is a white man's religion, why are we still holding on to it? And if you're
Mm.
not thinking that, you're thinking, well, the Bible has been written multiple times in multiple languages and multiple things. Like, how can I even trust this? And even then, I don't fully understand it. How is this gonna help me get to where I need to go? Right.
Right.
And like I said, is just it's one of those questions you have to let marinate first, right? In my
Right.
opinion. Cause
Yeah.
I already thought about this. And I'll tell how I feel later, but it's a really, really tough topic that I feel like all of us as black people need to have. You know,
Right.
uh, so yeah. Do
Right.
you think? Max, the question one more time. Do you think
Actually,
it's time for the black people as a collective to let the church go in order for us to get to where we need to be?
well, let me answer this. Let me answer that like this. No, I don't think as a whole we shouldn't let the church go. Just because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody need to have something to believe in,
Mm-hmm.
regardless whether it's God, Buddha, whoever, whoever. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like at in some phase of your life, you got to believe in something, and that kind of correlate to your life beliefs and your core values.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, my core value would be God, faith, like God, Christian, family. and building wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as for me, I say you shouldn't let the church go, especially if you belong to a good church and a good leader as far as like a
Mm-hmm.
pastor. Everybody have a pastor at a church, but every pastor is not a good leader at the church.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So as far as like, trying to answer your question as far as like a general statement, I don't think so, because you, like I said, you got to believe in something, and as for me, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus as His Son. And as far as my belief, I feel like you got to have faith.
Mm-hmm.
And they say faith without work is dead.
Yep.
So you got to have faith, and you got to do the go ahead and and do the job.
So you're
You got to
saying, not to cut you off. So you're saying, if we want to attain wealth, then for you, okay, let me just put
yeah,
this for you. Faith is your core, your the base of your life. Faith is right there, right?
right,
Christianity, Jesus is right there.
yeah,
So in order for you to even have faith, you must also work to get whatever it is that you have faith in. Is that what you're
right,
saying?
yeah.
Okay.
That's how you build your manifest. That's how
Absolutely.
you manifest your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Because like this, I believe. Well, I believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that I never even met him, like
Mm-hmm.
face, like like I'm talking to you. But I still believe in God. I still
Absolutely.
believe in Jesus. I still believe in His Word.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it like this: as far as when it comes to faith, and like how I say, I want to be financial free. I want to be wealthy. I want to be able to give my life and my family a whole different license. So
Mm-hmm.
I gotta believe and have faith that I can accomplish that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got to put the work in to even get there, because sometimes people will be like, I want to be rich, and they want a miracle just to come out, like you say, come out the sky, and they not
Mm-hmm.
doing nothing. It's so many talkers. It's so many
Absolutely.
talkers.
Oh, I like that.
It's so many people that say, "Oh, I got faith," but really don't have the faith. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, most people be like, well, everybody got faith when things go good,
Mm.
but everybody get their faith tested when things go bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when it's not always the peaches and cream, and it's not always
Absolutely.
the sunshine. That's when your faith get tested. So
Absolutely.
that's why I say, well, it's if wealth was easy of getting, everybody would be wealthy, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody not gonna be a millionaire. Everybody not gonna be able to create wealth. It's because of them.
Mm-hmm.
They lack of faith, and they lack of faith in their self.
Right.
So to kind of bring everything back full circle as far as like the question, I don't think black people or people in general should leave the church if you have a good church home and you have a good spiritual leader
Mm-hmm.
that's guiding you the right way, and that's leading you to the leading you and putting you in the best position to make it to heaven, or to
Mm-hmm.
whatever you believe in, whatever, like I said, God, or like I said, whatever you believe in. As long as you have a good leader,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like everybody still need a church, because everybody need a place to go worship and fellowship. So,
Absolutely.
that's
I
how.
agree with that. I agree with that. That's, you know, one thing I'll say, because you hit this right on the head. Talk about the leader part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, that's where, as crazy as this sound, that's where the fall for a lot of people happen. The leader.
Yeah.
But if you notice, I think I said this before. Um, not I think I said this on the podcast before. Um, as a leader in your household, as a husband in your household,
Yeah.
anything that happens really is your fault, right?
Yeah.
Even if it come down to you know, your house just is going crazy. Everything just anything can just happen. In a way, it's kind of your fault, right? And it's not saying it in a bad way, but it's like you're the leader, right? What precautionary steps did you take as the leader to guard whatever happened, to guard or shield the people in your home from experiencing whatever it is that they're experiencing? So if I'm gonna believe that for my house, that thing right there, if I'm gonna believe that for my house, I'm also gonna believe that same thing for the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, like I said, the leader or the pastor is the main concern for the fall, right?
Yeah.
Of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so my stance is this. I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Right?
So you saying that you 1 foot in, but you also 1 foot out, meaning that you ready to go ahead and just devil here. Here go my signature, devil. I'm
Nah.
selling my soul. Devil, I'm here. I'm ready. Give me the riches.
nah. So look, check this out. Check this out. This is why I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right?
Nah, I'm just talking, miss.
I'm holding on to my Christian values, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to that because for one, I'm gonna say this. Jesus is the head of my life. I believe Jesus died and rose on the third day. We coming up on Easter. Happy Easter as well. But I believe that Jesus died and rose on the third day. I believe that God manifested Himself, came down here and saved us. So I'm going to stick to that. But
Right.
as far as the church, I kind of do believe yes, we have to let it go, right? Because we're getting to the age where church is not church anymore; it's master manipulation. Right.
Now it's I guess. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So church has become mass manipulation. Like,
Yeah.
I literally just said earlier how back when our people were slaves, they'd go down to the river and singing their Negro spirituals and worship. There's a church in Atlanta. They have the pews. The pews on there have writings from slaves that was original Hebrew writing, right? So like this is all we know. This is just be 100% factual. Christianity is all we know as black people, right? We didn't just cling to it because white people gave. That's not the truth. Everyone in the scriptures are black. They just put that out there, right? Even when we're talking about Jesus, if you're really going to be honest, Jesus is black. He's not white. I have my own theories.
More.
More?
If they, yeah. Have you heard of the Moor? You know they like like the dark skin tone.
The Moorish people?
Yeah, like that might not even be the word, but I just remember